The Roger Pirates are incredibly powerful and important pirate crew in the series, belonging to the King of the Pirates, Gol D. This pirate crew is quite easily the most legendary in the entirety of the series, and for good reason. Roger was the one who completed the circumnavigation of the globe and ended up finding the One Piece, becoming the Pirate King in the process. Given that this crew did the impossible and managed to reach the final island, Laptel, something that hadn't been done in 800 years, of course Roger was at the center of it all, becoming the most important pirate figure, but he didn't manage all this alone. Roger had a powerful group of people under him, and two out of them stood out in particular, those being Rayleigh and Scopper Gaban. The mighty trio of the Roger Pirates. The Roger Pirates had its fair share of overpowered individuals across the board. Of course, given that this crew went on to do the impossible, it is no surprise to know that they were a very well-balanced crew and they had more than just one mighty individual. Along with Roger, there was also the right-hand man, Rayleigh, and the left-hand man, Scopper Gaban. Together, these three took part in some of the most exciting battles in the story. For instance, during the Gol D incident, fans could see Roger, Rayleigh, and Gaban fight some of the most dangerous members of the Rocks Pirate, with Scopper Gaban specifically stating that the captain didn't get the right to claim dibs on anyone, meaning that all three of them were mighty enough to take on just about anyone in combat. Oda has fleshed out some of the members of the Roger Pirates well enough, and fans do know quite a bit about the tremendous strength of the Roger Pirates. The King of the Pirates, Gol D. It is safe to say that the King of the Pirates, Gol D. was the most important member of the crew, as he was the captain. Roger trusted the Roger Pirate, and given his immense strength, never hesitated to take on the top tiers such as Rocks, Garbs, and Whitebeard. Oda has already provided a few glimpses of the Roger Pirates in action to the fans, and it is safe to say that Roger has lived up to the expectation of the readers. Roger fought Rocks twice, and although it is implied that he lost the battle the first time around, he managed to win the second time around when he combined his forces with Garb. Back then, however, Roger was likely not at the peak of his powers. Roger later clashed with Whitebeard when they were both pretty powerful, and this battle, which lasted for 3 days, ended in a tie. It must be noted, however, that Roger was already battling a life-threatening sickness at this point, so he was nerfed and still managed to equal Whitebeard in battle. The right hand of the Pirate King, Rayleigh. While Roger was at the center of attention at all times, Rayleigh kept his strength from the shadows. Rayleigh was Roger's right-hand man and someone who is said to be very powerful. It is no surprise to know that Rayleigh himself was as strong as the monsters of the previous era, like Whitebeard, Shiki, Big Mom, and Kaido, among others. In fact, when Oda introduced Rayleigh in Sabaody Archipelago arc, Garb only stated that Rayleigh was the same level of legendary figure as Whitebeard himself. Rayleigh went on to show his strength during his old age at Sabaody, where he easily stopped Kizaru and even managed to make him bleed, all the while stalling him. Later down the line, around the time of the Onigashima raid, Rayleigh was the one who responsible for stopping Blackbeard from destroying Amazon Lily and killing Hancock. Although Rayleigh claimed that he was no longer strong enough to beat Blackbeard, the statement heavily implied that when he was younger, he would have been able to defeat him, which just goes to show that Rayleigh himself was as the same league as the Yonko and the legendary pirates themselves. In combat, Rayleigh was known to wield his sword and escorted them with armament and Kakurosaki often. Rayleigh was also shown to be a very good user of observation haki, and all things combined, he was a next-level monster for sure. The left hand of the Pirate King, Scopper Gaban. Along with Roger and Rayleigh, there is also Scopper Gaban in One Piece. Although Gaban received the least attention of the three in One Piece, there is a bound to change in the Elbap arc, where he is likely to be reintroduced in the current era. The lieutenant of the Pirate King, Gaban, should be extremely powerful. There isn't much to go up of, but a few statesmen in One Piece. For instance, during the Gulf Valley incident, Gaban clearly told Roger that he couldn't claim deeds on any opponent, meaning that Gaban himself wasn't afraid of fighting rocks. Similarly, when Odin appeared shortly before the clash of Whitebeard and Roger pirates, it was Gaban who proposed to meet Odin in the bath alongside Rayleigh, which is yet another indication of the fact that he is on the same level of Roger and Rayleigh, and most definitely a Yonko level individual. Gaban fights with two axes, with fans know that he is connected to Elbap in some way, which means that even among the legendary warriors, he stands out. Furthermore, Scopper Gaban was said to be a legendary warrior who could even hold his own against Elbap giants like Kalun. This is yet another indication of the fact that Gaban is a tremendous fighter. Given that he likely doesn't have any devil fruit, Scopper Gaban will most likely go on to display his powerful haki in combat soon enough. Fans shouldn't be surprised to see him wield Conqueror's haki. Why the Roger Pirates were the strongest crew? The Roger Pirates were undoubtedly the mightiest crew in One Piece, and much of it is down to the fact that they had three monsters on board, each of whom was powerful enough to take on any Yonko level individual on their own. Then Odin joined them too, which was truly an overkill. Considering the mighty force of the Roger Pirates, it is no surprise to know that this crew was the strongest in One Piece and that Oda holds them in the very high regard.